Okay, so we're gonna make this recipe easy shredded pork over caramelized mashed plantains. So we're gonna start with the pork. So when choosing a lean cut of meat, you wanna look for the word loin or round. So we've got a pork loin here.
Okay.
So trying to limit some of the fat that comes with red meat. Pork is a great option for that muscle building protein. So trying to get a protein source at each meal. It's already trimmed and we're just gonna put that in the crock pot. And then we'll move this one. Don't want any cross contamination. So what are some of your favorite recipes that you like to make?
Arroz con pollo, so it's just mostly chicken and rice, and
Yeah.
love cooking tostones, so it's always been a love of mine, especially when I go home. She always cooks it, so it's always good to be home.
So the recipe didn't originally call for bell peppers, but I wanted to add in some extra veggies to this recipe. So I got a red and green bell pepper. So it's a great way to add some more color to your plate or to your recipe. So bell peppers have almost twice the amount of vitamin C that an orange has, so it's a great way to get in some added nutrients without changing the flavor of the recipe too much. Awesome job with your cutting skills.
You know, it's not as good as my jump shot, but it's okay.
So then we've also got a yellow onion. Onions are a great way to add flavor without adding sodium or fat or cholesterol to the recipe. I opted for vegetable broth because it has less sodium than the beef. We're gonna put 2 cups of that in there. We've got some onion powder and some garlic powder. So it's a tablespoon of the garlic and a teaspoon of the onion. We could also use whole garlic for the sake of ease today. We're just gonna use the powder. But it's a great way to get some more nutrients. The whole garlic actually has more vitamins and minerals than the powder. So do you use the crock pot? Do you have one at home?
I do actually in my house, I do.
Yeah, the crock pot's a great cooking tool because you can throw everything in the morning, go to work or go about your day, and you come home and dinner is served.
Absolutely.
So now we're gonna move on to the plantains. So are plantains an item that you eat often and like to cook?
That's a mom special.
What are her kind of staple ways of cooking them?
Cuts them, fries them, and then the way she uses, there's like a Dominican tool that smashes them and makes them flat.
Nice. So today we're doing caramelized mashed plantains. So we're just going to cut this open. Coconut oil is a good oil to use for sauteing or frying at high temperatures because it is stable at high heat, and that's what we're gonna fry the plantains in. So as an elite athlete such as yourself, you need some carbs at every meal along with your protein. So a general rule of thumb is that a serving size of carbs is your fist.
Yeah.
So someone with a smaller fist needs less. Someone with a larger fist needs a little bit more. So having a serving of carbs at each meal, more on an intense workout day, less on an easier recovery day. Okay, so now we have our completed meal. It's been cooking in the crock pot all day, and we also mashed up our plantains. So after we cooked them in the coconut oil, we mashed them up and added some cinnamon and a little bit of salt. So now we're gonna serve it up. We've got our delicious crock pot meal here. A serving of the mashed plantains. And then just for fun, we're adding a little bit of fresh pineapple, get some more produce. So a performance plate has all these components. So we've got the protein from the pork, and then we've got some extra veggies that we added in with the peppers and onions. And then we've got the carbohydrates from the plantains, and then we've got some extra produce from the pineapple. All right, so let's try it.
You go for the pork, I'll have the pineapple first.
Yum. Thanks for joining our cooking session today, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe.
Thanks Jill and EXOS and Mayo Sports Clinic for teaching me such a great Dominican recipe. Can't wait to try the next one.